Well, the superstars of the WWE will make their return to the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica on Saturday night. And one of those superstars you'll see in action is one-third of one of the most popular tag teams in the WWE, along with WWE champion Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Joining us is the one and only Big E. Hey, Big E, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. So do I call you Big? Do I call you E or Mr. E?
Any of the above.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, taking some time out of I know your very, very busy schedule. Before we talk about the event happening in Utica on Saturday, let's get to know you a little bit more. A lot of folks may know that you started off your athletic career as a powerlifter. Talk to me a little bit about how you made the transition from powerlifting to the squared circle.
Actually, I was wrestling for about a year or two with WWE before I started powerlifting. And before that, I played college football at Iowa. Before that, I was a state champion wrestler in high school and played high school football as well. So I've been an athlete, pretty much my whole life. And for me, powerlifting was just a nice way to stay competitive, to channel, just kind of channel that inner competitiveness. And, for me, I became a national champion in powerlifting. And it was something that definitely was a highlight for me, to be able to challenge and push myself in something like that. So it's just for me, but I've just really always enjoyed that competition and have really clung to it.
Now, of course, you got your start in NXT, which I believe was Florida Championship Wrestling back then. Tell us how that experience prepared you for the big stage here.
Oh, it was incredible. It was my first interaction with fans. It was my first time going out there, and it was really Florida Championship Wrestling was where I was able to hone my craft. And then NXT came along about 3 years after I started with FCW, and I got to kind of move up to a bigger stage. And it really prepares you because you get used to being in front of people. It's even though Full Sail, where NXT is shot, might only seat about 500 people, it prepares you to be in front of a crowd like that with that kind of energy and to perform with some of the best performers in the world. So it definitely put me in a position. I always tell people who are coming up from NXT to the main roster that the ring is still 20 by 20. It's the same ring, it's the same ropes, pretty much everything's the same. So just do what you do.
Who are some of your mentors in Florida that got you ready for the big stage?
Oh, I got to train under Dusty Rhodes, which was a huge honor. When I was in FCW, he was there and he helped us work on just bringing out our characters and bringing that just that connection with the fans. That's what he did such an incredible job at in his career, and was really able to hone that amongst talent as well. Dr. Tom Pritchard, I trained under. I even got a chance for a couple weeks to train under Vader, who unfortunately passed away a couple years ago. But he was one of my favorites as a kid, Vader. So I was just around so many guys who were so talented and who brought so much to this business, and I was really fortunate to learn from all of them.
Let's talk a little bit about the New Day. Talk about the chemistry you have with Kofi and Xavier. You guys really seem to click and really hit it off and connect with the fans right from the start.
Yeah, well, we decided a lot of times guys are put together, but we decided on our own that we wanted to be together. It's about 5 years ago. We realized that our careers are kind of floundering, and the three of us came together and said, hey, we need to take our careers into our own hands and make something happen here. So it's been incredible that 5 years later was still a thing. It's so rare to have a group of guys stay together that long. Guys often get broken up or someone turns on the other, but we really just want to emphasize that brotherhood, that we really push for each other's success, that we're happy for each other, and that we support each other. So I think it's just something that's positive to exemplify and show young men, hey, you can say, hey, I love my brother. I love you. It's okay to be vulnerable and say, hey, man, that the connection we have, that bond, that brotherhood means something to me. So that's something that we've really, really tried to push, and that has really buoyed us to a lot of success the last 5 years.
And, besides the competition, it seems like you guys really have lots of fun when you get in the ring.
No, for sure. That's the name of the game, man. We're on the road so much, doing over 200 dates a year. And if you don't enjoy this, if you don't find ways to have fun, it's really going to wear on you. So we do our best to constantly have fun. That's the biggest thing is you got to have fun doing this.
Saturday night, who are you guys wrestling on Saturday?
I believe right now we are scheduled to have a match with the Authors of Pain right now.
All right.
They're a group that did a lot of damage in NXT and very talented duo as well.
Yeah. Now, for someone who watches SmackDown, watches Raw every week, but has never been to a live WWE event, tell them what they can expect, but what they're missing by not going live.
It's incredible. The interaction you get to have with superstars, we're up close and personal. We're pretty much, the fans are right on top of you. So, we're throwing out shirts and there's chants and it's interactive. And I always tell people it's the best value in entertainment. You could bring your little ones, you could bring your older ones, and everyone in between. It's such a fun, interactive show where everyone gets involved. And definitely make sure to come, because it's one thing to watch it on TV, but to be there in person and to see it and to feel it and to touch it is completely different.
Absolutely. And I know last time you guys were here, you packed the place. The crowd was going crazy. So it's going to be, I think, another hot crowd this Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be a great show. So definitely make sure to bring everybody.
Absolutely. Before I let you go, one final one. Favorite breakfast food, Booty-O's or pancakes? Wow, you put me on the spot here. Let's go Booty-O's. All right. Sounds good. We thank you for your time, Big E, and we look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday at the Adirondack Bank Center. Thanks so much.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.